In this video, I'm going to show you a simple image hack that you can use to help boost your sales. So I'm going to jump straight into the video. So if we take an example niche, so we're going to take the salt lamp niche in this video. And the reason I want to look at this niche is it's a great example of sellers not doing a very good job of helping their product to stand out within the search results. Because ultimately, if your product stands out in the search results for the right reasons, of course, then you'll get a better click-through rate, you'll make more sales, you'll rank higher, which will then lead to even more sales. So this is why getting the attention of customers and getting them to click through to your listing is so important. So I'm going to use the salt lamp niche as an example because of the reason, because most people, look at this, you've got 10 different products. I know you can't see those behind my head, but 10 listings there, and only one of them is different because it's the picture of the packaging instead of the actual product. So it doesn't matter what stage of the journey you're at. If you're still in product development, that's absolutely fine, as you can actually make some physical changes to the packaging and stuff. But if you're already selling on Amazon, I've got a little trick you can use as well that will hopefully give you a very similar effect. So let's take this product. What I've done is I think I've taken this one here. So I've opened up the listing and I've downloaded the image, and then I've made some changes to this. Now you can do this in something like Photoshop, or if you've arranged for a photographer to take the photos, ask them to make these changes. But for this video, I've just used ChatGPT to do it because I'm being super lazy, and well, it does a pretty good job, to be fair. So the first effect that we're gonna try, or the first technique, is to introduce packaging into the listing. So if your product's still in development, you can very easily change the packaging. And if you already sell and your packaging's okay, if you make a few tweaks to that packaging, a customer's probably not going to get too hung up if there's a few words on that packaging versus what they saw on the listing. They probably won't even remember what was on the listing, to be fair. So you can try this as well, but I do have a separate technique for those of you that can't implement this strategy. So what I did is I took this over to ChatGPT. I uploaded the image from the listing. Then I gave it some very simple commands. So let me just scroll down here. I said, I would like to enhance this image for an Amazon listing in 1:1 aspect ratio, so that keeps the image square, because that's in the search results, these are square imagery. And then I said, add a modern simplistic packaging box behind this salt lamp, so it doesn't have to be over-designed. The whole thing with this technique is, as long as it looks good enough, the most important thing is the wording used. The box is white, and on the front shows a photo of the salt lamp. Add text to the box that says Himalayan salt lamp. So I think she actually made a typo there. And if we scroll down, this is what chat came back with. And the reason this is so powerful, just firstly, what I did is I went back to chat again and said, please don't crop the edges, because cropping doesn't look very good. So that was the final image that it produced. And the reason this is so powerful is customers love to see the search term they just entered. And if we go to Search Expander, so this is Search Expander from Helium 10. If we put in salt lamp, we won't put the P in, we can see. So salt lamp here has a search volume of just under 8,000 per month. And I think when I did the keyword research, Himalayan salt lamp was the second highest at just under 2,000. So by me putting Himalayan salt lamp, there's about 10,000 search volume per month that will see this and hopefully go, well, I just searched for that, and they make that connection directly to the search term they just entered. So there's a higher chance that they will click on the product. Also, it stands out more in the search results. I'm going to show you in a moment because I actually mock this up in the search results. Now, another technique you can use if you don't want to introduce packaging is to add a tag or a sticker to the listing. So this type of product, due to the shape or the edges of it, you can't really put a sticker on it. It's going to look a bit weird. It'll be all crinkled. So I went with a tag instead. So let's go back over to chat. Again, uploaded the same image and just gave it this command. I would like to enhance this image for an Amazon listing in 1:1 aspect ratio. Add a tag that loops around the base of the salt lamp. The tag should appear adjacently next to the lamp on the right-hand side. Add text to the tag that says 10K salt lamp. So I didn't want to try and put Himalayan onto this tag because I thought it would be too much text for a small tag. But the weight, if you look at these, all of these talk about the weight in the title: 3 to 5 kilograms, 2 to 3 kilograms, 9 to 12 kilograms, 7 to 10, etc. Now not many customers actually read the titles. So they might be trying to figure out, well, why is this one £40 and this one's £20? So straight away, by focusing on that USP, that this is a 10 kilogram lamp, it's going to help us stand out and clearly communicate to the customers why they should consider ours, and also probably why we're more expensive as well. So chat then came back with this. a 10K salt lamp. Like I say, it's super simple design, and a customer's not going to care if this product turns up and it does not have a tag. So if you already sell on Amazon, you can add this with pretty much, I would say pretty much risk-free. Now, the one thing you do have to be careful with both of these techniques is the Amazon bots. When you upload an image to Amazon, you're not supposed to have text on your main image unless it's part of a packaging. And sometimes the bots will pick up text and then they'll just suppress the image, but you don't really get punished for that. You get kind of as many attempts as you want. I've never heard of anyone having issues with their account or their listing other than temporary suppression until they replace it with an image that doesn't get caught up by the bots. So you should be safe to experiment with this. But if you're adding a box like this or a tag, this should get through the bots. And I just said to ChatGPT there, just make that again without the cropping. So now if we compare the search results, these are the original listings here. So what I've done is I've taken this one here and I've put it back into the search results with the two that we just mocked up in ChatGPT. So here's the original there. And now we've got the two mock-ups. 10K salt lamp. Again, to me, that's probably my favorite, actually. This is so simple. It really draws the eye. And then we've got this one here, Himalayan salt lamp. So when you compare these to that, and also 1, 2, 3 products here that all look identical, a customer's going to look at these two instead. So it's going to improve your click-through rate. And if you get more clicks, you're going to get more sales. If you get more sales, you're going to get higher ranks. And again, more sales off the back of that. So either add in packaging with the search terms that you're going to be targeting. So not just random words. Make sure it's the search terms. Don't over-design the box so they get lost, and make sure the text is nice and clear. For example, these guys, yeah, they've got salt lamp on it, but look how small it is. Like, you're watching this on a video, which is quite small, so you can still make out that says Himalayan salt lamp unless you're watching on a tiny, tiny device, and that says 10K salt lamp. But you probably can't read this unless you're watching on a TV or another big screen. So those are two techniques that you can use. And if you don't believe that this works, let's go back to the chopping board niche, which we look at all the time. I've been loading this niche for years and years. If we get past the sponsored results, look at the top two listings. These guys here, a 3-piece chopping board set, organic bamboo, large. They're kind of pushing across their USP. They'd do a better job if chopping board was more visible. So you look at these two products, probably the same product, might even be from the same factory, but the way they're presented, it's completely different. These guys are charging more, $15.99, and they're ranked first organically. This technique works. I highly recommend experimenting. And I've got another seller here who's been doing this for years as well. If we scroll down, they do it with their packaging. So we've got adjustable rolling pin on the side of the box. We've got kitchen tongs on the side of a box, organic bamboo chopping board, French press, milk frother, can opener. And just getting customers to see what they are searching for is so, so powerful. Now, if you're starting Amazon FBA and you're struggling to find your first product, I'm going to pop up a video now that I released last week, which shows you a new technique that no other sellers are really using. So give that technique a go and see if you can find your first product today. I'll pop that video up now and I'll see you guys over there.